Hi guys, it is Margaret, Texas Gal Treasures, and welcome to another Merch Masters video. In this video, we're going to be talking all about ways to tier up and to promote your shirts. We've got some new contributors in this video, so keep your eyes open for some familiar faces. But before we get started, go over there and hit that subscribe button and the little bell next to it so that you get notified when I put out new content all about merch by Amazon and the print-on-demand industry. Also, if you're interested in contributing to the next Merch Masters video, check out the description box down below. I've got some upcoming topics and ways that you can reach me to enter your contribution to the Merch Masters tips. Alright, so let's get started. I know that most of these contributors would never call themselves masters, but they put out so much great content and information about merch by Amazon that I think they are masters, and I thank them so much for contributing to the video. So, without further ado, let's get into those tips for merch by Amazon. Here we go.
What's up guys, Glenn with Hustler Hacks. These are your top 3 tips for getting tiered up and or promoting your merch by Amazon designs. I would use Instagram if you really want to build up your own brand for your t-shirts. Create a Instagram page for that brand, and when you start promoting your t-shirts, try to use proper hashtags, all 30 of them if you can, but mix in some different funny memes and pictures. You just don't want to be one of those Instagram accounts that's just nothing but plugging away and sales, the same t-shirts over and over again because you want to make money. Make it an interesting page and mix it up a bit. Build up some fans and people can like your page, but remember, try to get all 30 hashtags for all of your posts. You can price your first 10 t-shirts a little low, $11.99, $12.99. Try to gain some traction and some sales, and then you can kind of build those up again, $15.99, $16.99, to get a better price and to start making some money. But if you start low, you really just want to get some sales built up. That might help you reach the next tier at 25 if you're able to sell 10, and then from there you can raise up the price so you can at least make some money off your t-shirt sales. You can also sell locally if you're part of some type of organization. You might want to approach them with some cool t-shirt designs. Hey, I can design these t-shirts for free. If anyone's interested in them, you can buy them off Amazon. You have your own private link. Sell, your first 10 designs, and from there you can tier up. So even if you buy your own designs, I know you can also tier up that way, but it would be pretty cool if you can sell them locally if you're part of any type of class, organization, or group. Sell those locally, and you can build up your tier from there.
Hey everyone, this is Alyssa. I have the Planet Alyssa channel on YouTube, and I do make some videos about merch, so check that out. I am here with my 3 tips for promoting and or getting tiered up on Amazon merch. Since I do absolutely no promotion of my merch shirts, I will just be focusing on different strategies for getting tiered up that don't involve promotion. So my number 1 tip is something that I don't do anymore, but I did do when I was first getting started. And it's a good way to sell shirts quickly. It's not great for long-term sales, but it's great if you want to sell, a handful of shirts pretty fast. And that is to follow trends and be trendy. And so what that means, what that entails, is you're going to watch, the news or, read the news on the internet. Probably you're going to be on Twitter and keeping up with what is trending on Twitter and what everyone's, a buzz about. And when something comes up that's, everybody's talking about, make a shirt. Obviously you can't use people's names, you can't use copyright material, but there's a lot out there. You'd be surprised. And so like, when I was getting started with merch, when I was, pretty much a newbie myself, it was during the last presidential election cycle. So, every day there was something crazy coming out in the news that everybody was like, blah, blah, blah about. And, there were shirt ideas everywhere. Example would be, I think, a lot of you probably remember when some pundit or something was talking about taco trucks on every corner, and the internet exploded with, yay, taco trucks on every corner, and they were having a blast with it, and there were all these memes about it. I made a taco trucks on every corner shirt. I uploaded it right away, and within a week I'd sold maybe like 5 of them. There were tons of taco trucks on every corner t-shirts. I was not the first. There was plenty more that went on after I put mine on, but I sold a decent number of them very quickly, and then once that meme died out, no more sales, no more taco trucks on every corner, t-shirt sales. But for that brief period of time, I did sell a bunch. Another one that I remember is also a political thing, like the Bowling Green Massacre. We all remember Kellyanne Conway talking about that. So just little like goofy things like that. You can make a shirt. It's not going to be a long-term seller, but you'll probably sell, you know, 3, 4, 5 really quickly, and it's a good way to get yourself tiered up and just, you know, these flash in the pan type things. And then, you know, take it off once, you know, the sales of that die off, and you know, then you can replace it with whatever they're talking about this week. A second tip for getting tiered up is to focus on what I'd call the metadata. Not just to the design, you have to have a great design obviously, but pay attention to your titles and your bullet points and make sure that they're, you know, full of keywords so that people can actually find your shirts, because that is really equally, if not more important than having a great design. I mean, there's a lot of t-shirts out there, but some of them you just can't even find them because there's not enough within the title and the, you know, the bullet point descriptions to enable people who are searching on the internet or on Amazon to actually find those shirts. So pay attention to that stuff, because that can be the difference between you selling, you know, 0 shirts and you selling maybe 10 shirts. And my third tip for getting tiered up is to definitely use this time when you're getting started as an experiment. Play around with different things. If you find something that does happen to work, where you're selling a shirt, see if there's, you know, different things you can do and variations on that theme. Even if, like, you know, the shirt is done in light colors, you know, maybe you have a design that's all in white on dark colored shirts. See if you can play around and make it, you know, the same design but darker on lighter colored shirts. Something as simple as that can help you sell some more shirts and get you tiered up pretty quickly.
Hi, my name's Katie Patton. For promoting or getting tiered up, number 1, use seasonal shirts. You're not going to get sales throughout the year, but you might get a lot of sales at one time in a short amount of time that can tier you up. Number 2, make sure you're always uploading close to your tier. Now, I've got a tier where I've more than doubled or tripled sales for that tier, but because I don't have the designs that are close to that tier limit, I haven't tiered up yet. And number 3, you can do Twitter giveaways. All you have to do is go to your page where your shirt is being sold and click the size and the color that you want, and then when you scroll down, you should be able to create a Twitter giveaway.
Okay, 3 tips for promoting your t-shirts. Number 1, think about your audience. Who is the audience for your t-shirt? If your shirt says eat, sleep, and drive cars, then how do you reach people who are car enthusiasts or auto mechanics or people who are just obsessed with cars? Well, you can look for forums or chat rooms, and without being spammy or annoying, maybe you can go and get involved in those communities and talk to those people. If you make shirts about furries, maybe you can go and put that in front of people at a furry convention. Let me give you one example for how you can reach people, and you kind of have to think a little bit outside the box. You can run a lot of adverts, or you can just look for where people hang out. And one example is LinkedIn. LinkedIn actually has a promotional platform included in it, and that platform is SlideShare. And the really cool thing with SlideShare is that you can put together like a short slideshow presentation with PowerPoint or Keynote. You can literally do maybe 5 or 6 slides, like the top 5 things that bug teachers. And then the last slide, you can make it a funny t-shirt all about being a teacher. And you could do the same thing for sort of real estate agents or journalists or whoever you want to target. You just put together a slideshow that would appeal to those people, and at the end you can put in a little promo for your t-shirt. Cool! Number 2, ways to promote your t-shirt. Think about subscription boxes. You can go and take a look at cratejoy.com, and on Cratejoy there are all kinds of subscription boxes that people have put together. And what you can do is actually make t-shirts targeted to particular subscription boxes. So for example, if you make a creepy, scary t-shirt, you could go and look for a horror-themed subscription box. You can send a quick email to the person who owns that subscription box, who sends it out, and say, hey, I have a cool t-shirt that would be the perfect fit for your box. And you can do that for all kinds of genres. The third way to promote your t-shirts, wear and share. Just wear your shirt, especially if you're going to a convention or a party or somewhere where there's going to be a lot of people. Wear your shirt. They can be amazing conversation starters. And if you have kids, send your kids to school in merch t-shirts, because the chances are, if it's cool and your kid has some input into designing it, the chances are your kid is going to be really proud of it, wear it around school, and tell all their friends about it. So wear and share your shirts.
Hey, what is up? Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. We are live here in the attic for 3 promoting tips for merch by Amazon. Once again, I'm Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. Now let's get started. 2 of these are going to seem super obvious, and you've probably heard these a million times, but I'm going to give you my little spin on it. The third one you might not have heard of, but it's going to seem obvious once you hear it, or see it, or live it, or learn it. Anyways, number 1, Pintrest ads. Duh! You've heard of this before. You know you've heard of this before. Not just posting photos on Pinterest, but actually running Pinterest ads. That's very easy to do. You can set it up for different locations. If you've ever done Facebook ads or anything like that, it's a very similar process. You pay a fee. You set your parameters, you let it go. And I've learned that when I first started doing promoting on Pinterest ads, it would bring a lot of views to my stuff. They have analytics. You can see the people that click the links and all that stuff, so it's great. So definitely check that out. My first tip is Pinterest ads, very obvious. Also post your photos on Pinterest if you can. And there's like some algorithm that, you know, Google looks at. So when you're, you know, using Google Plus and then Pinterest ads, there's all that. So yeah, Pinterest ads. What are you waiting for? Number 2, Facebook ads. Duh! You've probably heard this a million times also. Facebook ads are a great place. The only thing that I think of is it's hard to track, like whether or not Pinterest ads or Facebook ads are actually making the sales, because there's no really way to track that. But I've noticed that when I was promoting Pinterest ads and Facebook ads, my sales did increase for the certain shirts that I was promoting. So with that, we have number 3. Now this might not seem obvious to most, but it will seem obvious once I show you. Boom! Social media influencers. For those that don't know, well, what is a social media influencer? Is that like someone that pushes drugs on the young? No, it's not a drug influencer or a drug pusher. It's a social media influencer. So these people are the kind of people that will, who have a lot of followers, and that could show your shirts to their followers. Like, let's say you find someone with 100,000 followers, and you say, you know what, for X amount of money, I'll send you this shirt. And if you can post this on your Instagram page with a link, you know, or work some sort of deal out with them. You can maybe utilize their Facebook or whatever. But influencers are a great way to promote your shirts. You can give them away as like gifts, you know, you can give them away as swag material. There's lots of different ways to use social media influencers. Think outside the box with that. Like I said, you can hit them up. And for the most part, if you just send them a shirt for free, they'll do that. So you won't have to actually pay these influencers. And you say, well, how do I find them? If you're on social media, you know who some of the people are that aren't like super famous, because you're not going to get someone with like 1 million subs to like wear your shirt or post your shirt for free. They're gonna want a pretty good amount of money, which is fine. You know, work with your budget or whatever. But social media influencers. So let's get over that one more time. We have it's this hand. No, it's this hand. Pinterest ads, Facebook ads, social media influencers. Chris the Thrift Shop Hustler, signing off.
Hello, my name is Daniel from UGR. And I have 3 tips that I hope will help you with promoting your t-shirts. Tip number 1 is you don't need money to promote your t-shirts. And if you're new at promoting, definitely don't start off just throwing money at it. Try to build a Facebook page, get an Instagram account. These are free ways you can promote your t-shirts. Tip number 2 is, now that you have a Facebook page or an Instagram account and you're trying to get followers, make sure that your posts are varying content. Don't just put your t-shirt link up and expect your account to grow. Most people like to see videos, they like to see quotes, famous people. You can include these things in your page, in your account, and I think this does help have your account grow with following and likes. So tip number 3 is, don't just rely on promoting online. Go outside, get off the computer and go out and meet people and see if you can, get someone that might need t-shirts. Some of the best stories of people getting out of the lower tiers with Merch by Amazon were people that actually went there to their kids' school, their community center, their high school, and they talked to them saying that they are creating t-shirts, and they offered them their service, and then they had a bulk order. So make sure you promote not just online, but go out there and meet people outside, and maybe you'll find someone that's ready to have a big order.
All right, so it's my turn. Wow, that was tough because I try to come up with something different than what the other contributors have. So it was challenging because a lot of the tips that I was going to give were already given, which means they're amazingly great tips, right? So, okay. One, I heard Pintrest ads. That was one of mine. Running Pinterest ads. Mike Peterson, I believe, either has a video or a Udemy course about how he tackles that, because that's how I learned. And last Q4, when I ran Pinterest ads, following his method, I definitely saw an increase. I'm going to give Mike another shout out. That one of the other things I didn't hear also was AMS, which is an Amazon marketing service. He also has a video about that, which I'll link, that shares how you can run Amazon marketing service promotions or ads to promote your shirts as well. And similar to creating an Instagram page, let's say I've got one about hunting and fishing, like Glenn was talking about, where you're not just spamming your shirts, you're sharing hunting and fishing information, but also peppering in shirts in there. Doing the same thing on Facebook. If you've, I've done this, but I try to stay true to myself where I'm finding things that are things I'm really interested in. So I'll create a Facebook group and slowly build that up, sharing informational articles or sharing tips, sharing pictures, cool jokes, and then every now and then sharing a shirt. So it's not just a Facebook group where I'm just like slamming people with my shirts. So there's that. And then the tip that Catherine gave about sending your kids to school in the shirts that you've created or that they've created is really powerful too. I have done this, and my boys enjoy making shirts. They do shirts on Make Merch, and we buy them and they wear them to school, which is another way to get out of the 10 tiers. If you've got kids, have them make a shirt that they think would be cool. My son made a shirt. One of them was all about, loving pickles. So he made this shirt and he wears it. We've actually bought 2 because he wore the first one out, got it stained, it got gross. So we ended up having to buy him another one to replace the first one. So that also is another method. Or if you've got mom friends or dad friends that are like, oh, you know what? My kid really likes something strange. He loves eating crickets or whatever it is, I'd love to make him a shirt. Well, hey, come on over. Let's make a shirt. Because then you've got a built-in person that has a shirt they want. They've got a buyer, or you've got, the buyer and shirt built into one. So having friends or family members that want to create a shirt for themselves, for their families, is another great way to go about doing this. And Katie mentioned another one that I was going to suggest, which is an Amazon giveaway where the shirt gets shared out on Twitter. So that was I maybe made a couple sales off of those in the past as well. So it's just different ideas and things to think about. One other thing that I thought about that I have not done is, say you've got a local coffee shop, or you're going to, let's say my sister's going to one of her bee conventions and she's wearing a shirt, or she's, her husband's wearing a shirt that she has made, and yes, you can tell them this shirt is on Amazon, but wouldn't it be more powerful if, let's say, you made up a little QR code and just printed off a bunch of QR codes for your shirt? And if you don't know, there are QR codes of those black, I don't have one handy. Oh yeah, I do. Do I? Let's see. Yeah, I do. There we go. QR code. So you could have a sheet full of, an 8x10 sheet that you print off that's got, maybe the title or the picture of the shirt and a little QR code next to it, just cut up already on slips of paper. So if anybody says, oh, hey, I like your shirt, then you can hand them this little slip that's got the QR code and maybe a little picture, an icon, or a title of your shirt next to it, so they can go straight to their phone, buzz it in, buy the shirt right then and there, take it home, stick it in their pocket. I mean, they may lose, half of them may get lost, maybe one or two people, but I mean, how much is it going to cost you to create a QR code? It's free to do, to link it, to print it up just on slips of paper to carry with you in your wallet, in your pocket. So if someone comments on the shirt while you're at the beekeeper convention or whatever convention you're at, to have those ready to go. Because yeah, you could say, hey, yeah, this shirt is on Amazon, but so they may go searching on Amazon and find one that they think is cuter. So it would be awesome to have some made up with little QR codes ready to roll. So yeah, those are my tips. I hope you found them helpful. Again, thank you so much to all the contributors. And if you are interested in contributing, check out the description box for the upcoming topics and how you can get your video clips to me. Again, thank you everybody for watching. Go down there and leave us a comment letting us know you were here and what some of your tips are. And hit that subscribe button, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye.